This is my favorite thing. And then we are waiting for it to go. It's saying it's preparing. What? Ah, we're live. And I went ahead and decided to go with a different background. I'm trying to do a different background every time, you know, because you can do these. But if I move too fast, I disappear. So I have to be really.
I love that on one side of you is kindness, the other is respect.
Yeah, isn't that's why I did it. So this is actually, I sat down on one New Year's Eve, 2018, because we launched the business in January of 2019. And I was at my daughter-in-law's house, and she is from the Netherlands and has our two grandchildren that were married into the family. And they were showing me how to celebrate New Year's Eve the Dutch way. It was really fun. They cook certain food and do a bunch of stuff like that. And I sat down and I said, you know, I really want to write like a professional code of ethics for Lead Up for Women. And what does it mean to be part of Lead Up for Women? And what do we stand for? And so we wrote all of this, which is spread love, respect, give it to earn it, kindness, spread it like it's contagious, share experiences, treat others, you know, the way you want to be treated. And I love this one, accept and celebrate where everyone's differences, as that is what makes us special and unique.
Yes.
And I just call that no judgment. That's what I call it today. But
right.
So this is good to have this behind us. I think it speaks volumes for what I stand for, but we're certainly not here today for me because I'm not sure how everybody's feeling out there, but this is the 16th time you've seen me on Facebook Live chats. Plus I do my weekly podcast. So you've seen me a lot lately. And I want to thank you for being patient with seeing me, but the special spotlight of today is Veronica Vargas with Shaboo Prints. I love the name of your business, by the way.
Thank you. It's fun. Yeah. It comes from joy, pure joy.
Yeah. Well, you look behind you, and how can anyone not look behind you and say, what business is she in? I see lamps, I see cards, I see books, I see fun. So, right, when I met you, the first thing was, oh my gosh, this lady taps into her pure, like that inner child and brings it to the forefront and shares that with the world of, you know, I don't know, we don't have to be this is my interpretation. This isn't hers. You don't have to be old and grumpy and, you know, not have fun anymore. You can still laugh and have fun and do something that's crazy and send cards and be goofy. And I have a friend that's dressing up in a different outfit, legit a different outfit every day. Like she was a turkey yesterday, she was a blow up dinosaur the day before. Yeah. And she's walking around the neighborhood, walking her dog and doing Facebook videos and getting out there and dressing up in pig outfits and just spreading joy in a time when we need it. Don't you think now more than ever?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been this way even before the virus, needing joy. Yes. And if you ask me, I think we were just getting submerged by disconnect and a lack of joy and play, caught up in the to-do. So there's some really interesting things happening right now. But, basically I'm in the business of returning people back to their happy place. And this applies to everyone, and irregardless of your past, because I've had some people say, hey, well, what about me? I had a really miserable childhood. I don't want to go back there. I don't even know what happy place means. And I'm here to say it exists, and it has been there. And irregardless of your circumstances, everyone has had those moments. Even when you were running outside, looking up at the night sky, or petting your favorite pet, or looking at your child, or looking at a waddling penguin, this feeling of otherworldliness, all of a sudden you're lifted and removed into a state of pure joy. That exists still. And so I'm here to remind folks, because of my own experiences, that there are two sides of the coin and that we always have a moment of choice. And so even in this dire situation, we can control one thing, and that is our response to it. And also belief that overall the world is a beneficial place still. And we are starting to see a lot of those gold nuggets rise. But virus or no virus, having a sense of play and joy is vital to our emotional, physical, and mental health, right? Um,
Yes, girl. Yes.
so it's interesting that I went the typical route of getting a job, living for the weekends, getting nauseous on Sunday because I had to go to work on Monday, working for my pension, and keeping my head down and being a good citizen. And
Yeah.
finding that it was a path of misery for me. I was not happy, and everyone around me, even further up that success ladder, was not happy. So, at a state of desperation, I needed to return joy into my life and figure out what that was. And when I did, it changed everything. The energy in my life changed, the activities I started to do changed. And from that state, that changed state of joy, came my business. And so now it's all about I'm on a mission to return others, especially adults, back to that state of joy. And because I think it is what we're born to do. So you were given, and think about it, out of eons of evolution, nature has decided to express itself as you. That's huge. And yet we, because of our societal prescriptions, have decided that that isn't worthy or valuable or good enough. And so basically denying ourselves of our potential, who we really are, if you look at it that way, is therefore denying the universe of its potential, which explains why maybe it's gotten a little sick lately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying if you get back to who you are, and I happen to advocate the use of play and joy as the powerful portal for you to return to that. What could happen not only for your own personal success, but for your family as a community leader and for the world. So, and I love to shake it up. When I mention the concept of play to adults, I would say about 60% of adults are challenged by the concept, and some get downright upset with me. And I think that's because I'm hitting a nerve. I think as adults, along the line, somehow we became jaded, we became hurt. We all had our hopes and dreams, and somehow we were told along the way that they weren't valuable and not needed, and we've become hurt. And I'm now coming back and saying those are valuable. And of course, there is fear in opening back up that hope. But there's also, if you just sit for a second and go further in and feel that heart flame, that pilot, that voice will say, let's do this. Yes, this is the truth. We need to come out. It's time. And so, I'm saying, even as middle-aged adults, you have the opportunity now to look back at your history and say, okay, so you've done everything society's prescribed for you, and you've done it well because you're a good person and you're dutiful. How's that worked for you? And now you have the opportunity and the gold nugget in this terrifically horrible scenario to reevaluate that. Because the doors will open again and we're going to walk out.
Mm-hmm.
And here's that contrast. Do I want to return to that life?
And how are you? That's like, I was feverishly writing. I don't know if you noticed that, but I was writing down a bunch of notes because I want to make sure that I add this to the video for sure. That's powerful advice. And I want to take it one step further and ask you, how have you been able to take what's happening? Because I use the word unprecedented a lot. And I like that word because it doesn't, to me, it doesn't have a feeling attached to it, of fear or panic or joy or happiness. It is what it is. It just means it's never happened before. Done, right? So in an unprecedented time, how are you taking your days step by step, and how are you helping others, or even acknowledging that in your life? Because I know you also have some elderly parents that you're taking care of, and this is a very scary time for them, because you have to be extra special, careful if you're taking care of them, on your activities and what you do. So that can sometimes put kind of a wet blanket on things. So again, mindset, right? So how are you navigating through this, remembering the power of that joy and that happiness? And then I'm sure because of your vibration already that you have and your energy behind that, you're helping your parents lift their vibration, right? So how's that working out?
You know, this is a an opportunity for mastery, self-mastery, right? And so when I feel there is fear, there's a lot of fear, and it's very easy to go to worst case scenarios and make it horrific, especially with elderly parents that I'm very close with. Um, so I have to be uber mindful right now of the information that I am taking in and balance it back with joy. It is really no different than how my life was before, where it was all just somebody else's messaging. And that's what got me in trouble in my past. Trouble meaning depressed and sad and not happy with my trajectory. And so even now I wake up and I think, you know, what is it that could bring me joy? And don't forget that there's that other side of the coin. So I've learned to live with my life knowing that there's gold in everything and that there's gold here too. And that if I'm fully aware of that, therefore I'm fully responsible for everything that I do. I feel a little more proactive when I feel responsible, and that I can do what I can do to protect me and my family. In the meantime, I'm unwavering in my belief that the world is a beneficial place, that there are opportunities here, that there is gold here. I can't seem to shake those ideas either. So I have to be really mindful on the images that I take in, the messages that I take in, so that I don't forget that other side that is also very purposeful in my life. And so never before have I been busier than now, which is to serve and give back, and remind people we will be on the other side of this, that there is another side to the coin, that life is good, that there is love. Right now, there's a beauty in the connections that are being made. There is a beauty in the self-examination that's being made. There is a beauty in the new grounding that is happening. There is a repositioning of the human race happening right now, because I do think we got a little lopsided thinking we were on the top of the food chain when we never were. So I'm even getting chills talking about it. So I think those are innate truths that I have and I'm aware of, and I stay aware with them through positive images and play, you know. And I go with my parents, and yes, there is worry, and we do the masks and the gloves and the distancing, and then it, you know, the fear kind of comes down, and we start enjoying each other, you know, and
start playing again.
Play again.
Yeah.
So right now I'm starting to do some I do a weekly video that I call the Shaboos, which is basically the positive philosophy. I talk about life, and all the goodness that's in it, and the fun. And
you do that on YouTube, right? Because I've gone to YouTube and subscribed and watched some of you guys have got to go out there, and I'll have Veronica put all of her information in the bottom of the comment section so you can click on it. But she's got an awesome YouTube channel, and she just like plays and has fun. So it's just a really, I mean, your kids can watch it. That's the beauty of this, you know, it's just fun.
We talk about universal truths, which are good for all ages.
Yeah.
So we do that. And right now I'm going to start another series of videos where I'm going to, you know, let's color together and just zen out. I'm going to have some comedy. I'm going to talk about some deep thoughts, and then just zen out, because there is power in the images that we take in, on our mental health. So providing more of that and reminding folks that we can play. I'm discounting products so that you can, you know, kind of write and connect. The use of, we have our monthly, you know, full of motivational quotes. I'm writing more articles now than ever.
Good.
There's just a lot.
We need it.
Yes, it's
we need it, right?
Hang in there. We got this. You may not be able to control the scenario, but we can continue to control our response to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
you know, I noticed you've got cards behind you, and I wanted to just bring up the point that what, I even heard this the other day on the news or a show I was watching or something, like what a great opportunity to handwrite a note and and send a personal card to your parents, to friends and family that are across the United States or across the we're global with our show. So, and our Facebook page. So maybe it's someone overseas that you want to reach out to. I know today is one of my grandsons. It's his birthday. So happy birthday, Beckham.
Happy
And,
birthday.
so we're all doing a drive-by tonight
Oh,
at between 6 and 6:30 to wish him all a happy birthday. So the invitation's gone out to all of his friends and family. And so, I'm sending his gifts and we're just sending things. Normally we would be together at a party and we would be able to participate in that. And I think by not having all that extra distraction, maybe you
yes.
really get to focus on the boy and the
Yes.
child, and what a celebration of today is that he's been in the world for 4 years and this was the day that he was born. And so I think it's really important that we really just kind of get the clutter out of the way and that whole pause that we're having. Like, I don't know about you, girl, but the air is clean here. Oh my gosh.
Gorgeous. It's a big
Beautiful.
for Mother Earth, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
So
like having a party. She's dancing around. She's having a party right now. The grass has never been greener. The air's never been, cleaner. The sky's never been bluer. I can see every mountain for as far as my eye can see. And I've lived in Arizona for 42 years. 42 years. And I've never been able to see unless it's a rain. And still, I haven't been able to see this far.
yes.
It is take in the beauty and the joy of what is surrounding you. I love your message, I'm sitting here and no one can see right now, but I'm sitting here with one of your lamps, like the lamp you have behind you, sitting here on my desk. And I do want to encourage everybody to, I know people are saving money and there are plenty of people that have money and are still making money and things are going fine. If you buy something, instead of just going and shopping on Amazon and getting just massive stuff that we don't need, pick out things that bring you joy. And this beautiful lamp that Veronica sent me brings me joy every day. I love it. It brings, and maybe you can show the cover so everyone can see what I'm talking about. It is the most gorgeous. Yeah. Go ahead and show them what it does. This would be so. I get this card that comes with it. You download the app. So this is the awesome thing, right? Because the app is free. You download the app and you get this card, and I got that lamp. And then when you hold your cell phone up to this card and or the lamp, it comes alive, and then you see this lamp like do all this stuff, and this card, like, all of a sudden this ram is like running around and making noises and you see leaves everywhere. Oh my gosh, look
Yeah.
at how gorgeous that is.
And
What
so,
is Go ahead.
well, for instance, so the lamp is programmed with 20 statements of truth. And these are bits of truth that I gained as a youth hanging out by the trees. Just looking up at the trees, there's so much information in terms of how to have your relationship, life balance, the beauty of individuality and uniqueness. I got all of that from hanging out with the tree. And so it's beautiful that it's come full circle through all of that history to a
Yeah.
moment now where I'm making products that are amplifying the messages of truth that I gained as a child through just being outdoors and playing. And so the success of my business is based on those truths, which is interesting. I happen to use play, but the reason why there's here's something that all people can use in their business is that the more transparency you have and the more that you can boil down your mission and purpose down to one of those core truths, the more magnetic your messages in your business becomes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the same goes with the products because the energy that's put into the product development has that kind of carrying energy. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm here now playing with, technology, and I have the opportunity to amazing opportunity to have teamed with an international software company to start
Great.
creating products that have never been done before that can help blur realities, because I'm still trying to bring adults and children and everyone into worlds to feel what it's like to feel joy, to feel the happy place. It's kind of like being awake and yet being hypnotized, so that you have that contrast between pure joy and maybe things in your life that don't provide those feelings.
Love that. I
So
love
yeah, and so you know, we're the vehicles in which we develop in terms of our products will always change, but the messaging in the products never will. So it's whatever, you know, becomes appropriate for today. And right now we're using lamp because of the ability to bring light, you know, and so
you are the lamp light leader of happiness and play. You
yeah,
are certainly the light leader, and you're holding the lamp, like literally,
yes,
that you created, that has an imagination component to it, that comes alive, that, like you said, it just really distort, you know, not just, is it the word distort? Is that how you would have it? Like the reality of
I like to say blur.
blur or bends the reality, like we can bend time, right? So and it just again, it just brings playfulness and happiness and joy. And why don't we want more of that right now?
Yes, you need to do something in your life to have fantastically beneficial experience,
Yeah.
especially now.
So I'm going to encourage everybody out there. Veronica, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm going to encourage everybody out there to go check out her YouTube channel, and she'll put her information at the bottom. And go check her out, because, you know, she's got some crazy stuff that she's doing out there. And then if you'll put your website down there, any way that someone can, you know, go online and order your cards or prints that they can send to loved ones, you know, that's a great opportunity. And I know you have several things out there that people can participate in, that cost, you know, free or little bits of money. And so
we're slashing everything right now because we're just wanting to get it out there. And then I do want to do a quick pull message from the good, call our good message trop, which is part of the fun that we do every weekly. So
yes,
hold all of you in my mind and my heart, and I'm going to ask the spirit of Shaboo Prints to provide all of us with a message that will uplift, inspire, connect, and calm. And that message is, I'm going to rummage through all of these and see where my finger is. And it feels like this one's singling itself out. I'm going to put the trop down, and let's see what message Shaboo Prince wishes to share with all of us. And that is, deep listening is an active process that requires mindful intent. The misconception is that it is a passive occurrence. This is an opportunity for all of us to connect and actively listen to ourselves and all of our members in our family right now.
That's such a great message. Thank you so much for sharing that message with our Lead Up for Women community. I appreciate you, and I appreciate that message, and I appreciate that we had this time together. So community, connect with Veronica. She's amazing. Shaboo Prints is awesome. I pretty much show every single person that walks in my house. Well, when people used to walk in my house. This card that comes alive, and I'm like, you guys are never going to believe this. Watch this ram just start running around. Like, they're like, had it, and then they're looking at my phone, and then they're looking at the card, and they're like, but the card hasn't moved. How is your phone doing all that? I'm like, it's magic. It's magic. I know, it's magic. So yeah, it's just fun. It's so much fun. So, you know, we all need to bring that inner child out and have a little bit of fun. And it doesn't mean that inner child needs to come with past history and baggage that you may have from that time. You have the pen, there it is. Anytime you want, you have a pen, and you can write the story of what your future looks like, right? So how you want to have fun, what you do with it, and you can, you know, you can be completely miserable and think that doom and gloom and the sky's falling. And then I just don't think many people are going to want to hang around you. But, you know, people can do that.
Yeah, you can have it any way you want. But
yeah,
have control.
but we're not going to do that. Not a Shaboo Prince, not a Lead Up for Women, because we promote kindness and respect. All right, Veronica, thanks so much for being with us. You're so absolutely adorable. I love you to death. And so we'll just say goodbye to our Facebook friends. So goodbye, and thank you all for joining us for our Facebook chat number 16. It was so great today. Okay.